Welcome to Let's do this coverage of the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. Sorry, I accidentally messed up the stream key. So, yeah, anyhow, right now, Jeffrey Meyer, he is out front. Out of Justin Wilson as Steven Sims make a big move on the bottom here for the race lead. There goes the 14 machine down low. Unfortunately, the numbers got a little bit messed up in this race as we had to redo it. It's a bit of a glitch as we made contact for a second. So yeah, I accidentally streamed to the wrong channel by accident, so I apologize for the little bit of a late start. That's why I didn't get to go through the starting grid or anything like that. My apologies for that, but anyhow, Jeffrey Meyer is taking the race leeway from Justin Wilson, who's the pole sitter. Now Steven Sims looking down low to try to take that away from Jeffrey Meyer. So Justin Wilson fell back to third. And the outside lane is pretty preferred here. On the start, it's kind of the bottom and the middle, but the outside lane gets a good run, and the entire rest of the race, you're going to want to run in that outside lane. So, of course, there are stages here in race number 14, Iowa, lap 30 and lap 60, stage 1 and stage 2, 150 laps here tonight, so a little under 150 miles actually, as check those out here, 0.89 miles, so little speedway there. But yeah, I actually started broadcast and I was wondering why it wasn't showing up on my channel, and then I realized the fact I streamed to my other channel the other night and I've got to change the stream key back, so give my apologies there. But anyhow, only missed about a lap and there's a little bit of a pre-race show there, so my apologies for that. But right now, Jeffrey Meyer continues to lead here at Iowa as the field is getting pretty crazy now. Is just also looking to try to take away back that top spot. He took away second from Steven Sims, who passed him. As you see, Jeffrey Meyer started second, so outside pole. He's already led the first 6 laps here tonight so far. Justin's actually not led a single one yet, so we're through turns 1 and 2. The 50 has the run on the outside. Looks like he's still door-to-door with the 58 machine, Justin Wilson, who missed the last week, unfortunately. So Jim Ott ended up picking the win there last week. Just a little bit of a recap of what happened last week. Just Wilson did not make it up. We heard he was going to be back tonight, and this is one of his favorite racetracks, so he's back tonight. Also, a lot of new guys in the field. Quite a few guys who actually know in tonight's field making their first start. You see the you see the 2 and the 4 right there. Tommy Gossett in the number 2 machine. And again, the numbers all mixed up here tonight. We're going right in the 4, and Matt Jackson in the 81 actually. As you know, Justin Wilson, he took away the race lead from Jeffrey Meyer. So Justin Wilson now back out front here, Iowa. So we're coming up to just 20 laps to go here in stage 1. Jeffrey Meyer surely not letting him get too far out though. Just trying to continue to close the gap on him. Steven Sims right there in 3rd. Still Jim Ott right back here in 4th. Last week's winner, looking to try to make it back-to-back. As there you see the 61 machine, actually. DJ Mitzel also making his first start here tonight. And I believe actually the 61 machine is usually Kenneth Sager. But again, because of the mess up, the setup was actually glitched, so the cars won't turn in at all. Happens sometimes when they're hosted early league races on iRacing, so they ended up having to fix that by creating a new hosted session. Therefore, the numbers aren't all accurate because it's based off what number the drivers have for their thing. So some of you guys are accurate, like the 58 and the 50 and the 3 and the 88 and those guys, but a lot of the other guys are not. Like the 14, he's usually the 6th. Steven Sims, usually the 6th car. So that's a little bit messed up there. 61 is actually new. The 13 is 13. 11 is 11. He's usually the 80. 30 95. And so, yeah, all these numbers are messed up as we still battle for second. Steven Sims down the bottom, trying to away that spot from Jeffrey Meyer. Now Jim Ott is in the mix here for this battle here. There's almost a little bit of contact there for 3rd. Jim Ott takes the opportunity of Steven being trapped in the bottom to go around the top. Gets around him, now moves into a podium finish here. Has to run off the corner. And it looks like the 6-4 machine had a bit of connection issues there. So now Jim Ott in 2nd. And we've kind of had the big 3. I don't like how it is in real life right now in NASCAR. Justin Wilson, Jim Ott, and Chase Berry kind of in the big 3. So now Jim Ott going to try to take away 2nd now from Jeffrey Meyer, while Steven Sims is still trying to take that spot away also from Jeffrey Meyer. Looks like they're not going. It looks like Jim's not going to be able to pull off the pass. They're going to try to fall in line behind Jeffrey Meyer here and see what he can do after that. as they're not battling actually a 61 to 13. Everybody all in a clump right here, 2nd through 7th. Everybody all in a clump right now, trying to gain every spot before the stage ends up here. You see the 2 machine trying to catch this pack here. There's a 3 machine down low on the 50 again. The outside lane though is just so preferred to Iowa. Get such a good run off the corner, as it looks like he's gonna have the edge across the finish line. Still can't quite clear Jeffrey. You're gonna see it. There he goes. He's gonna clear in that time. Can he drop up? Can he pull up in front of him though? No, he's not going to be able to. And actually now the 61 machine went for being behind the 14 to get passed by Chase Berry and all on CJ Gates, as you still see the battle right here for 3rd place continuing. Jim Mott finally able to clear Jeffrey Meyer for that spot. Now Steven Sims trying to work on the 50 machine there for 4th now. Or excuse me, that's actually for 3rd. As I saw Steven Sims got the gas big time right there, almost got tight into him. And now CJ Gates underneath him. It's almost like you're trying to set up a pass for the guy in front of you, but at the same time, if that pass doesn't work, you're going to get freight trained of everybody else on that preferred lane. So now CJ Gates gets around the 14 machine if Steven Sims is a little bit of bumping right there down that front stretch. Now Chase Berry looks to try to get around him. Looks like he's going to be able to do that, as now Chase Berry looks to try to get around CJ Gates, and Steven Sims still trying to get around both of them right now, as they're both also trying to get up around Jeffrey Meyer. So a lot of battling right now. None for the lead, but there goes Chase Berry, clears CJ Gates. CJ Gates down on the inside of Steven Sims. And now Chase Berry on the inside of Jeffrey Meyer. 13 to 14, almost with some contact right there, as they're still side by side right now. Tommy Goss that 2 machine looking to try to get up here and gain some spots out of this. Looking for a top 5 right now. Top 5 spot, as CJ Gates holds that spot for now, but now Tommy Goss looking to check out underneath him, as Jeffrey Meyer now looks to try to pull a crossbar on Chase Berry. Still can't quite do that. And we saw right there, a lot of the guys, 15 to 14, they've really burned their tires up to start this run. And they went up battle for the lead, got the lead, and now they're falling up through the field. Now Steven Sims looks to try to get around Jeffrey Meyer, as Tommy Gossett follows him to try to get around CJ Gates. Clears CJ Gates, now goes to the outside of Steven Sims, that has the preferred lane into turn 1. Looks to try to get around the outside of the 14 machine there for that 4th position. As there's contact, the 14 and the 2 got into each other's door. I think the 14 came up the racetrack, but I don't think he expected the 2 to be that low on him. See the 2 really pinching down the 14. Almost some contact again off turn 4 right there. As Steven Sims going to fall down low, give some space, make sure it doesn't cause a wreck this early on. 2 machine goes on by. Now the 13 CJ Gates looking to try to get around Steven Sims. Now also almost the same thing happened right there. And the thing is at Iowa, when you're on the bottom, the car gets so tight, washes up the racetrack. You don't have as much grip as you do on the outside. The banking isn't as good up down there, and it's just tighter to hit the corner, so it's a lot harder to keep it down there. So now Tommy Gossett moves up into the 5th position now, actually. Started in 10th place, so he's already gained 5 spots here. As now the field's kind of getting a little bit more spread out as we continue on this run right now. Chase Berry right there doing a good job in 3rd. And as like I mentioned, the big 3, the 58, the 3, and the 11, they're right now 1, 2, 3. So as I mentioned, but some of these new guys like Tommy, they're looking to try to make a name for themselves also in this league, as they're trying a little bit far in to, maybe contend for wins and championships, or championship whatnot, but still obviously can try to make a name for themselves. As now the 50 under fire now from the 2 of Tommy Gossett for that 4th position right now. So still side by side down the front straightaway. 5 laps to go here in stage 1. So these guys going for every stage point they can get. Right now it's a 2. Almost clipped the apron. You gotta be careful. If you get on that apron, it upsets your car massively, and you're gonna most likely loosen or maybe even loop it. So you gotta be careful. As now it comes to 4 laps to go here. Still battling hard right here for 4th position. You saw Jeffrey Meyer get a little bit tight right there up on the outside lane. Oh, gets tight again. Almost washes up into the side of the 50 machine. Has to check up, get out of the gas massively. Still gets to run off the corner though. Gets the inside of Jeffrey Meyer. These guys battling hard. They know that they're coming to the end of the stage here. Jeffrey Meyer is actually currently your points leader. As I see CJ Gates trying to, or CC Gates, excuse me, trying to get up there to make it to take that spot away from Tommy Goss, as he's trying to take the spot away from Jeffrey Myers. So you can see how much, just one guy can actually hold up, all the guys. As you see, the damage is already actually on the left side right there, the 2 car. As he got into somebody earlier on. The only Toyota in the race, actually. So they're side by side. 2 laps to go here in stage 1. So these guys have got to sort this out quickly, or they're not going to be able to do it. As CJ Gates is liking the guys being side by side. He's going to try to take the spot away from the 2 car. As Tommy Goss says, the 50 slides up the racetrack, almost hits the wall. It's going to cause him to check up. Lets Tommy Goss get a good run on the bottom. Across the line, the 2 car is the advantage. 1 lap to go here in stage 1 here. It's a battle for seconds, actually, heating up. Chase Barry on the outside of Jim Ott, as Just Wilson is 4 seconds ahead. He's going to win the stage here. We're going to see who gets second here. Stage ends with a caution. His flag is thrown. Should be flown this time by. We're on lap 30 now. Waiting race control to throw the yellow flag. Jim Ott going to hold that spot for now. 11 Machine shows around to take a jab on him. Can top 10 get points? This is the end of stage 1. We're waiting for the caution flag to be thrown, however. So Justin Wilson going now a lap late to the stage end. So guys continue to battle. Off the field is actually, looks like the 2 of Tommy Goss got around the 50 machine now. CZ Gates trying to get around him, as we're still awaiting on race control to throw the caution flag. Stages were on lap 30 and lap 60, so we're now a couple laps past that. Maybe just a little bit of miscommunication. Also, the fact that this is a new session from the actual original race might also, throw a monkey wrench into all this, but. I'm sure we don't have a caution flag yet. But anyhow, right on board here, the CJ Gates tries to take away that 5th position from Jeffrey Meyer there in the 50. As I guess now they're having like a manual caution without actually having a caution flag. Interesting. So I guess now we're having a manual caution without the caution flag actually being thrown. So that's the stage end there. Stage 1 goes to Justin Wilson. Take a look at results here, top to bottom. Justin Wilson picks up the stage win. Jim Ott 2nd. Chase Berry 3rd. Tommy Goss at 4th. Jeffrey Meyer 5th. CJ Gates 6th. Steven Sims 7th. DJ Mitchell 8th. Kevin Sturgis 9th. And Matt Jackson runs out your top 10, all of which get stage points. There's the rest of the field of the guys that did not get stage points. So now this field heads down onto pit road. Just Wilson going to lead them down on the pit road. Does not look like anybody's going to stay out to the back. Atchison did actually stay out. Let's look at your pit stops. See who rolls off pit road at first here. 58. And I get that jump. There goes the 3, the 11, the 50, 61 off pit road. Looks like some of these guys maybe trying to fix damage, such as the 2 car, the 4, the 81, the 9. There goes the 2, 14 also down there. He's going to actually come off pit road right there. That's where I just going to say him to stay out. Excuse me. There's the 10 car. There's the 81. 4, still on pit road actually. Again, there is actually no pace car, so we're going to have to try to figure this out as to how this is going to work. But, yeah. So I believe Jess Wilson will be a race leader once this gets all sorted out. He will be, I guess, our pace car, and is actually the leader, so... And again, it shows the caution flag, but it's not actually the caution flag on iRacing anyhow. So a little bit of a mix-up, not quite sure why, you know, what's going on, but... So, yeah, I actually turned on the caution flag on the, stream on overlay just so you guys know it's kind of the caution flag. Looks like they're gonna double up this time, I believe. So I was just sorting out, trying to where they actually belong here. As always, there's a bit of confusion because again, the official caution flag is not actually out. I'm not quite sure, you know, why they've been for the yellow. Maybe you know, Adam's got, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's up. Again, maybe because the hosted race issue there, where it's not actually league race. So anyhow, Jess Wilson needs a race leader. Won stage 1. Want to see here what happens in stage 2. Gonna try to go pull the cycle like he has quite a few times before. And that 58 machine again missed last week, but looking to try to rebound here this week. So I feel like they're gonna go to green here in the restart zone. There they go. And we're back. Green flag here for stage 2 at Iowa. There's Justin Wilson. Got a good jump right there. Jim Ott in second. 50 machine got tight. He's going to get passed by Chase Berry along with CJ Gates. As under a 3 wide here. The 14, a 2, and a 61. 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Oh, almost some contact. Getting a little bit aggressive back here in the midfield. So still 3 wide. The 14 looks like he's going to clear both of the 61 and the 2 clears the 61. So now Tommy Goss looking to try to get around the 14 machine of Steven Sims. Down low he goes. And actually we have a battle for the race leader right now. Jamon underneath the 58 machine. Jess Wilson actually led that lap that time by. And now Jace Berry trying to go underneath Justin Wilson for a second now. As CJ Gates gets a good run. He's going to maybe try to pull this 3 wide. Goes to the outside of Chase Berry. We're going to see what he does here. He's going to go low on Justin Wilson. So now Chase Berry gets second. And CJ Gates looking to try to get around Justin Wilson. As the 58 bumped the 11 entry right there. I think that was just kind of, you know. Oh, as the 50 clips the apron. Gets a little bit sideways. Manages to save it. And it looks like it's now single file for now. As I said, that 14 now on the outside of 50 after that mistake he made. So Jim Ott now out in the race lead, Chase Berry second, and Justin Wilson third. So again, these top 3 have been the fastest 3 all year long, and ever since at least they joined for Justin Wilson's case. As now Chase Berry actually looking underneath the 3 machine for the race lead now. We're on board now with the 11 machine on the gyro cam. We'll take a look at the banking here also here at Iowa Speedway. And again, also I actually just realized now that I misspelled Iowa in the chat and on the broadcast, though. Apologize for that, but anyhow, still single file up front. There comes Justin Wilson looking to try to regain a second spot away from Chase Berry. He's already led 30 laps here tonight, most so far. As now you see 11 trying to get around the 3 machine. As there you see the 4 of Jordan Wright actually on the apron there. He's going a lap. Actually, he's already quite a few laps down, so I'm going to go another lap down. This is almost contact there for the race lead. Chase Berry almost got in the back of Jim Mott. Now Justin Wilson gets a big run. bumps the 11 very lately going into the corner. Chase gonna try to, he's gonna try to set a pass here on Chase. This goes to the inside of Chase Berry. Just Wilson goes in deep, gonna try to outbreak him. Actually gets around him and now looks underneath the 3 of Jim Ott. As now Chase Berry crosses over the 58 machine, gonna drop down back low and actually gets back around Just Wilson for now. He slides at the racetrack there, almost some contact there for second. Meanwhile, these guys balance so hard for seconds on letting Jim Ott get away actually from these guys. So I'm sure he's liking this and enjoying this right now, looking at it in the mirror. As it looks like Chase Berry might clear the 58, come off the corner there tight. Maybe a little bit of contact right there. 58 backed out of the gas considerably right there to try to avoid that being a wreck. As now you see the 14 slide up across the 13's nose. 13 pulled a crossover just like Chase Berry did and actually got underneath the 14 machine. Unfortunately, he didn't get a big enough run out of the corner to try to pull it off. Now he's going to get back underneath the 14 machine, as now it looks like Tommy Goss and Jeffrey Meyer, they're heating it up, not only for this position, but also each other. So top 3 all in a single file line right here, as then you have a bit of a gap back to the second little group here. The 14, the 13, the 2, the 50, and the 60. Then you have the 10 by itself, the 9 by himself, and the 88 by himself. The 81 on pit road, and I believe the 4 machine has actually pulled it off for the night, unfortunately for him. So, while Jim Ott continues to lead, as Chase Berry continues to pressure him for that lead, however. As they go into turn 3 once again, 11 machine looks a little bit higher. You gotta be careful though, Iowa. You gotta run that high line, but if you go a little bit too high, you hit some of those bumps, and it just not only it kind of kills your speed, it upsets your car, and you go up the racetrack further than you want to, and you have to get out of the gas to avoid hitting that outside wall. So now, 11 machine, I think he kind of did that right there, got into some of his bumps while trying to get around the 3 machine. Now the 58, it just Wilson all of the back bumper of him again here. As now 58 goes underneath the 11 machine. Gets a good run on them. They're side by side, door to door as they go into turn 1 here. All right behind the 3 of Jim Ott, as we have just, I believe, here 7 laps to go. And the stage has contact for second right there. Let's look at what we saw earlier. The 58 right there came up across the nose of the 11 machine, and the 11 machine backed out of it just like the 58 did earlier to avoid turning him to the outside wall and, you know, honestly wrecking. So, but as this race goes on, if you see that in the last 10, 20 laps, I'm sure you're not going to see guys lift where his answers to the yards. Now, Just Wilson got to the outside of Jim Ott. Not quite sure why Jim went low right there. But anyhow, now Just Wilson gets the preferred lane, actually. So he's going to probably go right around the outside of Jim Ott. And there he goes. Yeah, so Just Wilson back out front here at Iowa. Right in the closing laps here, stage 2, just 5 laps to go now. There's saw the 11 machine to Chase Berry, got super tight at turn 4 right there, almost got to the outside wall, excuse me, and backed out of it to avoid doing that. So now, as they've kind of separated now for the top 3, the 2 machine of Tommy Gossett, all the back bumper of the 14 of Steven Sims. These guys have been battling pretty much all night long. Battling now for the 4th position once again here. 14 has it, 2 looking to try to take it. As there you see the 2 machine enter a little bit higher than the 14. The 14 actually going to go down to the bottom. So yeah, it's pretty much a multi-groove racetrack. The outside lane is pretty much preferred. It usually gets to run off the corners on old tires. But you can make passes work on the bottom. You can run the bottom, especially on fresh tires. But interesting to see what happens as they go into turn 1. The 14 goes down to the bottom, 2 goes to the outside. Going to try to get a run off the corner to the outside of the 14. The 14 slams the door on him. The 2 machine actually gets into the outside wall. Now, 2 machines trying to look low on the 14 machine. Steven Sims and Tommy Gossett battling, as I believe now. Yes, that is the end of the stage. So we have our quote-unquote yellow flag here. And Just Wilson picking up stage 2 wins. So now he's won stage 1 and stage 2. Jim Mott second once again. Chase Berry third once again. Steven Sims going to come out fourth. Tommy Gossett rounds out the top 5. Suzuki Gate 6th. Jeffrey Meyer 7th. DJ Bitzel 8th. Kenneth Sagert and Kirk Sagert 9th and 10th. So that's your drivers. You got stage points there in that stage. Just the field's going to head to pit road here. And Just Wilson leads them down onto that. And now to go on to the pit stalls. 58, we should Just Wilson have the number 1 pit stall right there. Let's see if anybody pulls any strategy here. Looks like everybody's going to take 4 tires and fuel, so no strategy because we made it. 58 rolls off first, then the 3, then the 11, then the 14, the 2, then the 50, the 13, the 61. The 61 actually has the cone right there, maybe not be a penalty. And yeah, you're at the racetrack too, so there actually will be a penalty. So a lot of craziness right now. It looks like they're going to try to double up and go. No, okay. Again, it's kind of confusing, not the actual pace car out here, but anyhow. We're going to go a quick commercial break. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Well, they decided to go green on me this time. So, anyhow, we're back green flag here for the final stage. So leader Just Wilson gets a good jump on the inside lane. Jim Mott, though, right behind him still as they head into turn 1. Chase Berry right there in third. Everybody pretty much came up for it as the end of the stage. Is now see the 13 underneath the 2 machine here. As the 2 machine almost comes down, makes a little bit of contact. So he worked their way into the corner. 13 on the bottom. And now Just Wilson under fire for Jim Mott for the race lead. And now Chase Berry looks to try to get around the 3 machine, as Steven Sims looks to try to get around him as well. And now Tommy Gossett underneath the 14 machine. It's just, as soon as you try to go around somebody, you're going to have somebody trying to get around you. And it's pretty exciting here. So, there's the 2 machine underneath the 14 is currently trying to kind of box in now behind the 11 machine, as the 11 machine was going to try to pass the 3, couldn't do it. And now he's under fire here from the 14 and the 2. So he's under fire from the 14, he's under fire from the 2. Everybody kind of locking each other on right here as being a part of a battle right now. So it looks like the 14 machine still looking low on the 11 from Chase Berry to try to get a spot there. And now Jim Mott, maybe they're trying to look low for Justin Wilson. Indeed they are. So they're going to go side by side here and right on board now with Chase Berry. And now the 3 machine Jim Mott actually clears the leader, Justin Wilson, for the race lead. Jim Mott back out front here at Iowa. 58 goes to the top, though. He's going to have to run through the corner. And now Steven Sims underneath the... Oh, Jim Mott got sideways. I think Jim may have clipped the apron right there. That turned his car sideways. Great save by him. He's still in the top 5, but that's going to cost him the shot at bound for lead. As the 14 got tight right there. There's a big checkup. Right goes the 14 machine into the inside wall. no caution as it's below the yellow line and onto the apron out of racing groove. Or I take that back, in fact, there actually is a caution, so. I guess caution flags were not turned on by accident for the hosted race. I believe that's why we don't have a caution. But anyhow, everybody's trying to sort out where they actually were. As you see, the 2 and the 61 headed pit road. And that's the 14 machine. Steven Sims, a lot of heavy damage. Take a look back at what happened here in LCTV replay. As the 81 machine also parked behind the wall here tonight. So this all kind of started when the 3 machine clipped the apron. You see right there, there's Jim Ott. He's in the race lead right there. Clips the apron, gets loose. So he loses that spot. And then that causes the 14 to get to run on the 11 machine. He looks low, and then I'm not quite sure. Oh, he clipped the apron also. He set up the racetrack, chased it up the racetrack. Got tight after he had that. He checked up to try to get into the 11 machine, and I think everybody behind him kind of thought that he was gonna kind of go. He didn't. He slid down into the grass, did not for some reason lock up the brakes. He hit the inside wall pretty hard. Actually, lifts pretty much all 4 tires off the ground right there. I'll take a ride now on board with said 14 machine here. So he goes down low, just gets in the apron, gets a little loose, chases up the track, checks up to miss the 11, gets hit from behind as the field was trying to miss him, and yeah, makes heavy contact with the inside wall right there. Nothing he could have really done, once he got turned to try to save it. I'm going to take a ride on board now with the 2 machine of Tommy Gossett. As this happens right here. See, the 14 gets tight, goes out the racetrack, and I think he, he tried going low, thinking he was going to turn on the 11 machine, and he ended up getting right into the back of the 14 right there, and a lot of heavy damage for the 2 machine. I believe Jim Ott actually missed it. I don't think he got any damage really from it, so that's good news for Jim Ott, as he's going to miss the majority of the damage. So they're actually going to go back green flag this time by here. So Jeff, Chase Berry actually in the race lead. It looks like Just Wilson actually pitted for 4 fresh tires. So Chase Berry will be a race leader to go back green flag here. And then the restart zone, and green flag's back out. Nope. No. Okay. Take back what I said. They were doubled up, but they didn't go back green. So I think everybody's trying to still catch the back of the field or whatever here. So a bit of a mess up the cautions, but I think we're going to go back green flag this time, I believe. So all will be fixed then, as so we didn't hear. But anyhow, welcome to the Motorsports Xfinity Series. Sponsored here by Paparazzi Accessories, along with Citrus Redness, and also a new sponsor, Randy's Wraps, all official partners of the Atchison Motorsport Xfinity Series. So, the camera angle decides to go behind a couple of things here. As now the restart is happening. Green flag now backing away here from Iowa. Third way into turn 1, Chase Berry has the advantage over the 3 machine of Jim Ott. Steve Gates and Jeffrey Meyer now battling for that 3rd position. As there you see Jess Wilson trying to make up the spots he lost there after pitting. Going to try to go split the field there. There's a 10 down low. 61 on his outside. And he also got around the 2 machine of Tommy Gossett right there. So trying to work his way through the field on his 4 fresh tires. Get as much time as possible with his fresh tires. You see the 61, he just kissed the wall right there in entry. He's now the 9 under fire now from the 58 machine. And now actually battle for the race lead. Jim Ott trying to get back in front of Chase Berry. So he's going to try to clear him, but he's tight off the corner. Almost in contact. 3 machine went low, checked up to We're making contact right there. Still down low, though, on the 11 machine, who actually does quite a bit of right front damage there on that number 11 Lego machine. That's the 3 machine. Definitely seems to have a pretty good run. We're going to see if he can kind of charge it in there hard and slap it in front of him. Pull a little bit of a slide job, as I'm sure you all know what that is. So, I'm going to see who comes across the start for this on first. Jamont actually led that lap right there. As CJ Gates is actually in third here. Jeffrey Meyer right in his rear bumper. Just Wilson in fifth. That's a big goodness for 4 fresh tires. I'm going to see if he can gain any spots by doing so with those 4 fresh tires. He's in fifth right now. And he was leading, so he's going to back up the race lead as we're officially now halfway. And now 1 lap past halfway. So, fortunate the camera angles here at Iowa are kind of messed up, but that's not a racing issue, I guess. So, in the front stretch, it gets blocked by a building, and on turn 1, it gets blocked by a building on a different camera. So, yeah, see right here. So, kind of weird, but and now Chase Berry currently a race leader here. See him working away is into turn 3 that time. Jamont's still there right there in second as top 4 all kind of, closely together here. We're going to see what Just Wilson can do on his 4 fresh tires. He's going to try to get him as down as possible, but he's kind of burning them up right now, by charging so hard and wearing them out so fast. So, we're trying to see exactly what he can do. As you see Jamont right there looking back on at the rest of the field, the 13, the 50 right there trying to battle as Just Wilson tries to catch them. Jamont, he's only led 16 laps here tonight. Meanwhile, looks like Chase Berry, he's led 8. Jeff Meyer, he's led 7 as he's actually trying to get around that 13 machine for third. It's actually going to let Just Wilson catch him, who's led 45 laps here tonight, so the most amount of laps led so far. For Atchison, he's actually led 3, but staying out under those cautions, and now Chase Berry's officially now led 9. So, currently, Just Wilson has the most laps led. We're going to see if he can hold that down. As again, Chase Berry, he finally broke through first win at Pocono in a dramatic fashion. Got the lead off pit road one time and never looked back. On a agree for pit stops. A bunch of cautions came out. He was able to hold off Justin Wilson and win by just 1.31 of a second. So very, very close finish. Closest finish again we've had here in this series, actually Motorsports Xfinity series, and actually all around on LCTV. So it was a very dramatic finish there. It's a 50 still on rear bumper with a 13, looking to try to find a way to get around him. As we are now on 83 of 150. Here's the 50 machine. Jeffrey Meyer underneath CJ Gates once again here. So he goes down low, tries to slide up. Oh, almost some contact. We both had to get to the gas there to avoid wrecking. Now Jeffrey Meyer looks like he's going to finally clear the 13 machine, so he's going to get moved up into that 3rd spot. Now it's Justin Wilson trying to get around the 13 machine. Though he does have this 4 fresh tires, so it shouldn't be as hard as it was for Jeffrey Meyer to do this. So, he's actually going to look to try to go to the outside. 13 leaves that door open a little bit. And in fact, leaves it open. Actually, Jeffrey Meyer got a little bit tight right there. So now, the 58, Just Wilson's actually boxed in out behind him. As now, Tommy Gossett comes up into this mix, trying to look to try to gain some spots out of this battle in up here. It's like Gates still down there on the bottom right now. So I'm right on board with the 58 machine of Justin Wilson. On the outside of the 13, it's the 13 looks to try to pass the 50 back, and L2 is behind our on-board camera right here of Justin Wilson. As now looks like 58 is going to clear him. Looks underneath Jeffrey Meyer here. Getting on 4 fresher tires and the rest of the field, so pretty easily going to pass the 13, pretty easily going to pass the 50 there for that third position, excuse me. Now, it looks like Tommy Gossett is going to get around CJ Gates there for that 5th position, so move 2 machine up to 5th as Jeff Meyer stolen rear bumper of Justin Wilson, but it's not going to probably last too long. As you see Steven Sims hold on the last crash, going to lap down here. But it looks like Jamont pretty close to Chase Berry. Overdrove the corner a little bit right there, as you saw, and as I talked about earlier, you know, you hit those bumps and it just kind of throws your car all apart. So there you see the battle right there for fourth. Tommy Gossett underneath Jeffrey Meyer, as now CC Gates looks to try to get around Tommy Gossett and Jeffrey Meyer, and see what we can do here. A little bit of bump drafting here in the back stretch at Iowa, as the 13 gets in the back, and now try to split that 3 wide, gets in the side of the 50. That allows the 2-car to clear him, and actually now it looks like CC Gates looks like he's going to try to get around the 2-car of Tommy Gossett. A little bit of contact there, as we saw earlier, actually, with him, as the 61 almost got into the 58, the 13 checked up, so a lot of craziness and hard battling back here for our top 5, as it looks like Tommy Gossett going to get away with that 4th position, as the 13 machine looks to try to take that back, but it's looks like he can't. Now the 61 of DJ Mitzel looks to try to get around the 50 machine of Jeffrey Meyer for 6th now. As now, as the 14 is currently on a lap down, as we're just sitting back there. Last car on the lap, so. Just Wilson is running these 2 leaders down with his 4 fresher tires, actually. Running down Jamont and Chase Berry, and again, though, it's one thing to catch it, one thing to pass them, so. We do have 60 laps to go here at Iowa. I'm on board with the gyro cam here. As actually Jim Mott looks underneath the 11 machine of Chase Berry for the race lead. And it actually looks like he almost cleared the 11 machine right there. Couldn't quite do it. Led that lap, however. Chase Berry going to try to fight back and get the run on the outside. Meanwhile, this is allowing Jess Wilson to catch both of them. There you see it, those 4 fresh tires. Big help is actually going to push the 11 machine. He's trying to get one of them clear so he can make a move and get around both of them here. Unless he takes it 3 wide through the middle. He's thinking about it. He's going to go for it. 3 wide for the race lead here at Iowa. Oh, the 3 and the 11 make contact. Or excuse me, the 3 and the 58 make contact. And now the 3 wide once again. Come out of turn 2. Only 11 got on the side of the 3. Meanwhile, Jess Wilson passed both of them. Shot it through the middle. And there's 4 fresher tires. And now takes the race lead. Is the 11 going to try to cut off the 3? Very tight racing up here in the top 5. And now the 11 looks down low once again on the 3 machine. Jim Mott can't quite pull it off, though. That bottom lane very tough to make a pass. So top 3 all in a group now. But Jess Wilson with his 4 fresher tires. And obviously the pulsator probably has something to show for that. So he's going to pull away here. Gave us some laps led, but definitely going to have a longer run here, and actually can make it further on fuel. So he's led now 47 laps, Jamont 18, Chase Berry 19, and Jeff Meyer still is on led 7 as he continues to battle with the 13 machine FCZ Gates there for that 5th position. As the 3 machine all over the rear bumper of the 58 right there. The 3 flying around the 11 now on nowhere came the 58, and he made it 3 wide through the middle. And actually, Jamal looks like he kind of drilled that corner a little bit right there, got in those bumps as I was talking about earlier, not shutting up the racetrack. So there's the 58 machine in the race lead. Jamont not too far behind. Chase Berry falling back a little bit. Tommy Gossett, and it looks like 50 machine flagging around the 13 machine for that 5th position. I have DJ Mitzel right there. 9 machine. That's one of the Sagerts, I believe. Yep. Is that? I think that's Kirk Sager. Yep, Kirk Sager in the 9 car. Again, numbers mixed up because it's under hosted, not under a league. Then you have his brother Kenneth Sager right there on the 10 car behind him. Steven Sims currently 1 lap down. And you see where Atchison, last car on lead lap, about to go lap down as the field wars up back straight away into turn 3 once again here. Kind of surprised actually Justin didn't pull away from Jim because, you know, he had 4 stars as Chase Berry pancakes the outside wall right there at turn 4. Just adds more damage to the right side of his Lego machine there. Only had to end the race. Tommy Gossett in the number 2 Skittles paint scheme. I see Jeffrey Meyer. And 13 is still battling. We've been battling about all race lawns, so getting a little bit heated. They'll kind of adored each other a couple times, got a little bit of revenge on each other. And actually, there goes 13 into the 50 machine. And they both save it. So again, these guys battling extremely hard. They've been kind of getting at each other and, you know, a little bit of short track tempers here, I believe, as 13 machine got into the 50. The 50 overdrives the corner right now, heads to the outside wall to make contact almost again at a turn 4. Meanwhile, 61 of DJ Mitso tries going through the middle and to see if this works. He's going to go through the middle. The 50 gets tagged again up the racetrack, goes to the 50. 61 backs out of it. And now it looks like Caesar Gates going to get that spot. Maybe not. Jeffrey Meyer makes a move back on the outside. This guy's battling extremely hard right here for the 5th position, as they have been all race long. As the 13 gonna cut off the 50 gonna bump him. Even though he's not exactly too happy about the move he pulled earlier. As now it looks like Jeffrey Meyer looks to try to get back on the inside of CJ Gates. And if these guys, you know, kind of single file it out here, it's Kirk Sigit looks underneath DJ there for the 60 on the 61 there. These guys have calm down a bit. We're going to take a look back at what happened there as they're actually recorded at turn 1. 9 machine got into the 61 on corner entry. They both set up into the outside wall, however, they kept it straight. So therefore, no caution flag has been thrown. See where it's going to go a lap down right there. But now let's take a look back at what happened to the 50 and the 13 as they made contact there. Into turn 1 that time. So now here's on board with the 13 machine. It's got a little bit tight, got into the 50 machine. Turned himself. It was great save by Jeffrey Meyer to get it back up and not spin the car out. And then all just 1 lap later, the guys behind him made contact in the same corner. Or excuse me, 2 laps later rather. We're on board now with the 9 machine. Kirk Sager kind of got in there. Alright, maybe it was the lap after this. As he goes into the corner, exact same thing, just got a little bit harder in there. Got in the 61 machine and both slapped the wall pretty hard. Pretty significant damage in both vehicles there. And it looks like Kirk Sager, excuse me, has actually pulled it off for the night. Maybe. No, actually, just Wilson now. You're racing to pitting. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure what's going on with iRacing right now, as a bit of camera issues here. Excuse me, I don't know exactly what's going on right now. It's almost like my camera is stuck on scenic. As here's the leader is going down pit road. You see the 2 Tommy Goss, 11 of Chase Berry, also down pit road right here. See who comes off pit road first is Jeff Meyer going to continue to stay out for now. As 13 rolls off pit road here. 2 and 11 also off pit road. Not quite sure where that blue line is, so as I see the 58 and the 3 right there. So they're going to come off 1-2 as they see Kenneth Sager. Kirk Sage is actually on pit road, as now there's Jeffrey Meyer looking around the 88 machine once again here. As here comes the race leader now, Jeffrey Meyer down onto pit road. It looks like, though, Tommy Gossa actually just passed Chase Berry there for that what will be third position, as it looks like Kenneth Stager, excuse me, going to stay out in the racetrack as the race leader right here, and it's number 10 machine. And back straight away he goes. He's actually going to pull down onto pit lane. As now the 3 makes a move down to the bottom to try to go underneath the 58 there for the race lead. It actually does not look like the 10 machine is actually going to pull off for the race lead. Maybe trying to save fuel and make it to the end. Interesting call. He just got passed right there. No, maybe not. But he's actually still a race leader. So these guys just got their lap back. And so now Kirk Sager continuing to stay out on the racetrack. Maybe trying to pull a move here to make it to the end of the race. As there's the 88 Atchison going another lap down. Actually, he's not going on a lap down yet because there's the 10 machine right there. The 58 currently will be the race leader when this is all cycles back through. Just got his lap back from the 10 machine of Kirk Sager along with Tommy Gossett. And here comes 11 Chase Berry also to get around the 10 machine. He's trying to make it as far as possible before pitting. It's actually going to drop down the apron right here and come down to pit road. So from there they made it about 55. That's 55 laps he made it about. And we have 35 laps to go this time by. So everybody else is going to be good on fuel by a few laps. So not quite sure. Maybe just trying to hope for a caution there. It didn't really work out. He was in the back of the field anyhow. So trying to try something. It is now This will also going to come around, pick up the race lead away from Kenneth Stager now. Jamont still the rear in his rear bumper. And you see Tommy Gossett a little bit far behind in third as he passed Chase Berry. So kind of broke up the top three here. Making his first career start in Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. This is a 3. Still looking to try to get around the 58 machine though. I'm going to run aboard now with him and currently in second place. Behind the race leader Justin Wilson. So yeah, they're 1/10 of a second apart, but Tommy Goss is 2.5 seconds back, so it doesn't look like he's gonna really contend for this unless he gets a good runner here. There you see the 14 machine seems down low. He's currently on a lapped car. I'm not quite sure what's going on with my cameras here. Oh, there we go. Okay, I fixed it. So, apologize for that, but anyhow, nothing has changed up front. As I see the time machine actually come off pit road that time. As Odyssey 11 and 2 almost made contact for that podium spot right there. Chase Bill looking to try to get around the 2 machine of Tommy Gossett. Bumper to the back of the 2 car there from the 11. Much like Denny Hamlin. Of course, didn't completely spin around though, just throw tap. Meanwhile, up front, I believe they're side by side. Indeed, they are. Jamont on the inside of Justin Wilson for the race lead here in turns 3 and 4, and see what he can do off turn 4. Atchison just gets such a good run off the corner. It's hard to make a pass here at Iowa. Sometimes you just gotta send it in there and hope it sticks and try to pull a slide job, as Dale Jr. would say. So. Gonna see, it looks like they're gonna separate a little bit right now. This is battle for third continues though, and actually they're catching the race leaders right now though. It was a 2.6 second gap between the first and third, Just Wilson and Tommy Gossett, but now it looks like the 2 machine and 11, even though they're battling right there for that third spot, they're slowly but surely reeling in these leaders up here. So it may just be a 4-car battle for this win. We're gonna see what happens here. Of course. They can't make it to the end. It's actually the 2-car brake loop right there. 11 got in their hard, charged in on the bottom. We're going to go down low. Sides of the racetrack, almost some contact. Levin had to back out of that massive right there. As there you see Kevin Sager currently a lap down because he stayed out so long. And there's contact, and right goes the 11 machine. Taken out by a lap car. That's a tough pill to swallow. This is going to back down the racetrack. And I believe, you know, again, there's no official caution. Yep, that will in fact be a caution. So, you know, getting caution flags are on. So race control basically just calling the radio caution. Guys slow down as if there's actually a caution. So 11 machine gets turned by the 10 machine going into the corner right there, turn 1. I'm sure definitely not going to be happy about that. So we'll take a look back at what happened there. And going into turn 1 here, see the 10, it goes down on the bottom. It just kind of goes on a little bit hard, gets the brakes a little bit late, slides at the racetrack, gets into the left rear of the 11 like we've seen already quite a few times tonight. Of course, this one being the first one that actually caused a caution. And around goes the 11 machine, backs it hard up into the outside wall, goes for a little mini spin, and spins it around, and then taps the wall once again. So, you know, it's obviously tough when you get taken out by a guy who's a lot behind you, but that's part of racing, you know. So we're going to ride on board now with the 10 machine of Kevin Sagert. So he just goes, he lifts, goes in there, brakes, and gets a little bit tight, slides up into the 11 machine, around he goes. So, tough break for our 4th place runner right there, but it's going to kind of shake up where everybody's going to be and where they're going to stand here. And will they pit? Yes, indeed they will. So, it looks like the field is going to come down pit road. Does anybody stay out? Yes, the 9 machine stays out. Kirk Sager going to stay out. I don't believe he's a lap down. Oh, no, he is a lap down. See the back. So he's actually a lap down. He's going to get his lap back. He gets a free pass here, or wave around, excuse me. So now it looks like everybody else is going to come down pit road, though. Just Wilson will lead them down onto pit road. As this is going to shake it up. Going to bunch up the field. Going to see what happens here. Will these guys end up, you know, maybe getting taken out? We've seen a lot of guys get tight going into the turn 1. It's just kind of going a little bit hard and slide up to the guy that's actually CJ Gates. Doesn't get his pit stall correctly. This is going to cost him quite a few spots. Again, not perfectly lined up. He's actually going to back out and just not pit. So he's going to come off pit road 2nd. Just Wilson comes out 1st. As, yeah, CJ Gates could not get into his pit stall. He decided, instead of sitting there for so long trying to get his pit stall, he decided just to stay out. Basically, not take any tires or fuel. So tough break for him. Couldn't get his pit stall right there. Just that angle, I guess. So he's actually going to come out 2nd. However, he's not going to be able to pit, as Jim Ott's actually going to come back down pit road there. Not quite sure why. So it looks like CJ Gates is going to be 2nd. However, on old tires and a lot less fuel than nobody else in the car. So he's the only guy who actually no Jim. Oh, Jim Ott's on pit road. Never mind. Yeah, so the 11 machine Chase Berry also coming down pit road, since he's not going to pit earlier. So there's the 3 machine coming back down pit road. Not quite sure why, but he will do that. So tough break for the 13 and CJ Gates as he can you know, get his tires there. They're going to double up 3-star here, so we go back green flag racing this time by leader Justin Wilson. As he chased Barry and Bill trying to catch the back of the field. We're maybe not going to go back green. I don't know if we can. They're on the back stretch here, so. So it's going to be a 21-lap shootout when they go back green flag here. We'll see another caution. What will happen here? 13 on old tires. Everybody else on new ones, so. Going to be interesting as Phil going to go back green flag here. There it is on the jump. Just Wilson gets the green flag. And we're backing away here from Iowa. As now the 13, again, on those old tires, going to be a lot slower. The two cars going to go around and around them. Is actually Tommy Gossett now trying to look to get a run on a 58 down low. Jeffrey Meyer also trying to get around the 13 machine, who's picking up a pretty good fight right there on the outside. But again, this old tire is not going to happen very easily. As now you see Tommy Gossett underneath Just Wilson for the race lead. Couldn't quite pull off the pass there. As now Jeffrey Meyer gets around the 13 machine there for third. And almost a contact back here between the 61 and 3. Everybody trying to fight for each position as they know they got to charge hard in this last kind of stage here. As now you see Jeffrey Meyer looking to try to set up a pass on Tommy Gossett. Susie Gates now behind Jim Ott as they got a little bit dicey back there for that 4th position, but they'll admit it work. The 61 trying to make it a 3 wide did not work out, so they decided to back out of it. And I see top 3 all bunched up here. Now Tommy Gossett goes down below the 58 machine trying to make a pass. Goes in hard into the corner. Gonna slide up the racetrack. Gotta be careful not to slide up into the 58 machine. Is not going to do that. He's gonna shut the door on the 50. And now the 50 tries to cross him over. Goes down low. Can't quite complete the pass. Again, it's so tight. It's so hard to make that pass because you get so tight off the corner. Cars with the racetrack. And it's just so hard to make the pass. So it looks like Tommy Gossett gonna hold on the second as the 50. Gonna try to the bumper now. Just letting you know, you didn't really appreciate that block on the front stretch there a little bit. So now, Jim Ott up here in this top 4 bound now. He says, hey, I want to be part of this party. So he's going to try to get up there as Jeffrey tries to look low once again on the 2 machine. Jim Ott right back there in 4th. These guys still trying to go battle for seconds. The 50 goes in hard. Has to check up, though, to keep from getting into the 2 machine. Now here comes Jim Ott with a run on Jeffrey Meyer. He's led 18 laps here tonight, so another good run for him yet again as Just Wilson continues to lead. Tommy Gossett's first career start right there in 2nd, looking to try to set up a pass on him. And Jeffrey Meyer right there in 3rd. Now the 3 machine gets tight. Actually, maybe not. Got a good arc off the corner. Got a run on Jeffrey Meyer and gonna go up alongside his door. Actually gets the advantage going into turn 1 right here. And he completes the pass. So, oh, maybe not. I thought maybe he did, but yep, he did actually. So completes the pass. Great job with Jim Ott. Got right up next to the outside wall and actually did a nice arc to the corner. Got a great exit. Got around the 50 machine going to turn 1. So never actually seen that been done here at Iowa before. But anyhow, top 4 all still bunched up. 14 laps to go here at Iowa. It's gonna be exciting here. It's Tommy Gossett looking to try to get his first career win, his first career start. That'd be a pretty big story. Jim Ott trying to go back-to-back. Just Wilson trying to go win another race. Making up after he missed last week, so... Or maybe Jeffrey Meyer can get his first win right there, back and forth. Don't count him out. As now Jim Ott looks low now on the 2 of Tommy Gossett for 2nd place. Going to see if he can do the same thing he did at the 50 machine. Goes down low. Actually going to pretty easily complete the pass. As now Jeffrey Meyer looks to try to get around the 2 of Tommy Gossett. Jim Ott now up to 2nd. We're going to try to chase down Just Wilson, our race leader. Looks like the 50 cannot complete the pass on the 2 of Tommy, so he's going to fall back in the line. Still trying to bottom lane, but there's not been enough of a run yet. Almost makes contact out of that corner right there, though. We're coming up here in a couple laps. There's just 10 laps to go, so it's not much time to, really, it's go time. So, it can't be easy on your tires much more. You got to go, and you see the 3 machine all the way back over the 58. And again, if these guys get side by side and they start making contact and they're slowing each other down, that lets the 2 and the 50 get back in the mix. So they may be falling back a little bit right now, but it's not over yet. Any of these guys in the top 4 can still win it. There's the 3 machine all over the back bumper of Justin Wilson. We're going to see if he tries to go down low and make it pass. But if he does, he knows that 2 car is going to try to put this outside. So, gonna be interesting here. Is the 58 in front of this whole field here. Here comes Jim Ott, the big run. Looks to the inside. Does he complete the pass? Charges it hard down and low. It's gonna get tight on the next of the corner though. Not gonna be able to complete the pass right here. Still side by side, but not gonna do much right there. Gonna fall back in line here, going into turn 1. Make sure he, closes the door for the 2 car to try to make a move on him. And that may be what ends up, giving to Just Wilson the win. If the 3 tries to pass the 58, can't quite do it, and the 2 jumps on the opportunity for 2nd, that's going to let Justin Wilson kind of drive away a bit. So it's going to be interesting to see. These guys have got to play their moves smart and make sure they can, you know, get around the guys who are trying to pass fast and easy. Try not to slow each other down. Otherwise, it's going to let the 58 machine get around. And you better believe, if we get in this last lap, you might just see Jim Mott try to pull a move we saw Noah Gragson do in the NASCAR Cable and Truck Series, where he just kind of sent it in the corner, tried bouncing off the wall, get around Burt Moffitt. Couldn't quite complete the pass, though, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. As the 3 machine all over the back bumper of Justin Wilson gets continuously about only 1/10 of a second away. So he actually got a run right there out of turn 2 once again. Looks down low. Going to try to complete that pass once again. Does not look like he's going to be able to do it, though, as he gets tight out of the corner. Almost no contact. He jumped out of the gas big time right there to avoid getting up into the 58 machine. 6 laps to go here at Iowa. Now Tommy Gossi, he closed in. As I was saying, these guys up here get side by side. It's going to allow a 2-car gain on them. All 3 of these guys have a good opportunity right now. Looks like the 58 is in the best spot, though, as again, it's hard to pass here at Iowa Speedway. It looks like Jeff Meyer actually fell back a little bit. He just, you know, bounced off the wall right there. 61 now under fire from him as he goes through the field. Look back at this battle for the lead now. Here comes Jim Mott with another run off turn 2. If he wants to make the pass, though, he's going to have to try to pull a slide job and go down low and come and you know, cover the lane. As we come up, there's 4 laps to go here at Iowa. Less than 4 miles to go. So we're going to try to something. Oh, Jess Wilson's going to go back to victory lane once again. Jamont, he gets the good run, but he just can't quite pull alongside him right there. Let's see what he does here into turn 3. He's going to try to stay behind him for now. Coming up to 3 laps to go. The laps are ticking off one by one as we're in the closing stages of tonight's race. What does Jim Mott have for Justin Wilson? And does Tommy Gossett pounce on it, maybe take a spot for himself, or maybe both of them? Here comes Jim Mott, down low once again, underneath Justin Wilson. He's tried this before, though. We're going to see if this is going to work out for him this time. Goes down in low, comes off the corner. Still can't quite complete the pass. He's still side by side, though, as going to turn 1. There goes Jim Mott. Hard into the corner, just can't quite complete the pass right there as we have 2 laps to go. He's still alongside a 58 machine, falls back in line now for now. He's going to try to charge, going to have a couple opportunities left here. 1 lap to go here at Iowa Fashion Motorsports Xfinity Series. Justin Wilson still leading, 3-car all up for him. Will we see a last-ditch effort? Here comes Jim Mott, gets a big run, does use the bumper, going to turn 3, goes hard in the corner, gets a little bit loose, not going to pull it off, looks like. No, he gets tight, can't go pull it off, 2-car slaps the wall. Justin Wilson would win here at Iowa. Jim Mott 2nd, Tommy Gossett 3rd, Jeffrey Meyer 4th. And it looks like DJ Mitzel in his first car start, he did finish 5th. Chase Berry 6th. Kenneth Sager, I don't know if he's a lap down or not. He is, so looks like Kenneth Sager is actually going to come, excuse me, Kirk Sager is going to come in that spot, so a lot of confusion, obviously, there's cautions and whatnot, but Justin Wilson will pick up the win here as the fireworks go off. Justin Wilson will pick up your win here tonight at Iowa. Great battle all the way to the end right there. Jim Mott trying to make a last-ditch effort, obviously tried doing it clean, though. Got charged hard in the corner. He could have made contact if he wanted to, but he wanted doing it clean. And unfortunately for him, he cannot quite pull off the move. But Justin Wilson going to burn him down here at Iowa. Another dominant performance by him here at Iowa Speedway. Led 95 laps and won both stages and route to victory. So I pulled the cycle once again here tonight. Did it at Auto Club as well, and I believe maybe in a few of the racetracks. Just dominant performance by him, but we're going to go to a quick commercial break and come back to a word with your top few finishes here. Don't go away. I'll be right back.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. Oh, oh, oh. start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero. With fearless thoughts, emotions swirl. I wanna be the man that saves the world. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Alright, welcome back live here to Iowa Speedway for race number 14 of the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series Season 1. In conclusion here, Jess Wilson wins Stage 1 and wins Stage 2, and pulls the cycle and wins the race. Jim Ockman second, and Tommy Gosson's first start coming third, so we're going to have him in the broadcast booth here first. Tommy Gosson, do you have a copy?
I do, man. How you doing tonight?
Doing good, bud. Doing pretty good. And yourself, also pretty good run for you. And your first career start here, going to come out in third place. A podium finish for you. Didn't lead any laps, but you're up front in the top 5 much of the night after starting back in 10th place. Looks good. The leader maybe going to make some contact there, and unfortunately for you, they didn't. But obviously, a good run for you in your first career start. Just talk about your night there, man.
Well, messed up my qualifying lap, started deep in the field, worked my way up. I had contact with the 14 car going to the first stage. He came up and ruffled my left fender up, so I had to sit in pits and wait on some repairs, and obviously again. Drove my way back up through there, stayed clean to the second stage, and then he hit the apron at the very last lap, the 14 car did, and slid back up in front of me, and I had nowhere to go, so I rear-ended him. So I had to come back down pit road, get more damage fixed, and had to drive my way back up through there again, and ended up finishing third there. So it was a pretty good run, all in all.
Yeah, certainly. And again, like I said, your first career start, so obviously very motivating, to come out and join a new league and be up front and race with a lot of leaders up there, and you contended for lead a little bit after that final restart there, and a little bit confusion with the the actual caution flags not being thrown there because of the caution flags not being on. But it's not a good run for you, especially with the amateur towards the end. Any shout-outs you want to give here for podium finish?
Yeah, of course. I want to shout out. I got to thank God first. Without God, I wouldn't be in this position to be able to do what I'm doing here today. I want to thank John Hendrick and Over the Top Paints and Designs. You need a good paint scheme on iRacing, go hit them up. I want to shout out the Couch Racing Experience on Facebook. They share a lot of e-racing news. They're a really great group of people. I want to shout out Caribou Seats, Gamerborn, and Boss Boxes. All of them are really wonderful sponsors of mine. And that's about it, man. And thank you for doing such a wonderful job on the broadcast. Really appreciate it. It adds another element to this race.
Oh, yeah, certainly. And thank you for your time, Tommy, and have a good night. All right, so that was your third place finish here tonight. Finishing third, Tommy Goss, number 2, Machine. Now your second place finish here, Jim Ott. Jim Ott, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, Jim, you ran up there, led 18 laps actually here tonight, so pretty good run for you. Give it a hard-fought charge there at the last kind of run there after that caution, about 20 laps to go. Unfortunately, ran up just a little bit short. Definitely a hard charge for you to try to get around the 58 machine. Just talking about those closing laps and the race as a whole tonight.
Yeah, the race as a whole is pretty awesome. We had a good race tonight, good show up, and just a little. It's not enough for the 58. Had a little miscue on pit road that last stop, and kind of used my stuff up, and I really needed to get in front of him to really have a chance. I was fast off of 2. I really got that run, but I needed that top line to make that pass. It just wouldn't stick through 3 and 4. But overall, what a race, and pleased with the performance.
Yeah, certainly, and I was one of those tracks, probably one of the hardest tracks to try to make a pass on. You gotta try to, go in there hard and slap in front of the guy, and obviously maybe.
Yeah, it's a very difficult track to pass on. You got to take care of the tires and have good speed as well. But the top line on 3 and 4 is crucial. You get such a run into 1 and 2 that it's just you can't do a whole lot. So hats off to Justin. He's the guy to beat, and man, we wanted that one though.
Yeah, certainly very close, but anyhow, you won last week. You won last week anyhow, so obviously, obviously not, it's not gonna hurt you too badly in points. Coming up second here tonight, came close to the win, and Justin missing last week probably helped you quite a bit with the battle with him in points. So good run for you here, leading 18 laps, coming second, getting the stage points in both stages. So any shots you want to give there for your second place finish?
Yeah, absolutely. Justin and you up there in the booth, and Roy for putting on the league. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, certainly. Thank you for your time, Jim. Have a good night.
You too, Lucas.
Alrighty, so that was your second place finish here tonight, Jim Ott. So I accidentally did something stupid, but anyhow, so now I'm gonna take a word with your race winner here tonight. Once again, Justin Wilson. Justin Wilson, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do.
So yeah, Justin, again, another pretty dominant performance of you tonight. Obviously leading 95 laps, picking up both stage victories, and obviously the big prize, the race win itself. Great run for you once again. Pretty dominant performance. You definitely had your money's worth there for quite some time there, especially in those closing laps there with Jamont. We saw you take some different strategy calls. You pitted there one time, got 4 fresh tires, nobody else did. So, again, a great performance by you, especially after missing last week there at Michigan. Still a good race there, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. I mean, the dominating performance, I wouldn't quite say that. There was a lot of guys up there, Chase and Jim and the other guys that were all running up front. I was definitely not a short run car by any means, and that showed there at the end because Jim was all over me. Long run is where I was at because I was just a little bit off. I was a little bit slower than everybody else was, so I saved my tires a little better. And but like I said, you can run that top line, and it makes it really hard to pass, and that's the only reason I kept Jim behind me.
Yeah, certainly, and obviously, we saw, we saw Jim up there, and we saw, Jeffrey took the lead earlier on in the race after you got the pole. After you got the pole, and we saw Tommy up there giving a run for your money also. So a lot of pretty good battle all the way to the end. There wasn't side by side going back and forth passing like we've seen before in different races because the effect is just it's Iowa Speedway, it's the type of racing we see here. But great run for you. I mean, you may not say dominated, but you led well over half the race actually. So it was obviously definitely, you definitely are the pretty much the fastest guy overall tonight. Great run for you, but yeah, any shots you want to give here tonight for your win?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Jim and Chase. We like to hang out and goof around while we're racing and stuff, and it's good fun. And Roy for putting the league on, and you for broadcasting. And everybody that showed up tonight, that was good. That was a good field. I think we had like 13 people, which is great. Makes for a good race. And but yeah, that just thanked everybody.
Yeah, certainly. And thank you for your time, you're Justin, and congratulations on the win.
Have a good one.
Alrighty, so that's your race winner here, Justin Wilson. And of course, I believe I still have some Discord issues there, so that's why the guys sound like they're interrupting me, but they actually weren't. It was some Discord issue. But anyhow, yes, thank you all for watching tonight's broadcast here tonight. Make sure to tune in Tuesday night on. Make sure to tune in Tuesday night here for TWR Truck Series as we head to, I believe, Auto Club Speedway. So 2 mile over there, gonna be pretty exciting as we head to a different racetrack as we do every week, obviously. But then, of course, catch us next week here at Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series Sunday night, 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. And I believe the next race is actually next race is Chicago. So Chicagoland Speedway next weekend. So make sure you tune in for that as well. If you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, make sure to hit the like button. It helps us out quite a bit. And also, if you want to tune in for more streaming on iRacing, more broadcasts, and more great racing like we saw here tonight, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Again, every Tuesday night, TBR Truck Series, and every Sunday night, the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. Next week, head to Chicagoland at 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, of course, August 4th is the official start date for Bonehead Racing League. So that will start up at Daytona for, I believe, 16 or 16 weeks there. So make sure you tune in for that in about a month. So a countdown there as well. So, again, appreciate all watching tonight's broadcast, and have a good night.